Hey guys, it's John. Alright. I'm sitting here at the moment because the rest of my room has been boxed up. So there's no point in me showing. I can't show any records. I can't show any displays of my things, my collectibles. So I thought I'd do a video on what I thought of the new Motley Crue film that's on Netflix that was out today, and I watched it this morning, and I'd say it was there was a couple of issues with it that I thought, hang on a minute, I don't know if I would really watch it again. I might do. The main issue I had was the whole I'll get the word out right in a minute. Skylar, Vince Neil's daughter. The timeline on that was well out. They actually had Skylar being around or being born before Theatre of Pain album came out. And I thought, hang on a minute, she wasn't born till 1991, and unfortunately she died in 1995 of a rare stomach cancer, which I can't think of the name of at the moment, but so yeah, when she's in the film, they show her, obviously she's still, she's gone from 1985 all the way to 1995, sorry, and still a 4-year-old. So yeah, I really was like at this thinking to myself, how could Vince Neil would let that get shown like that? That's that was just a bit weird. And being such a really sad thing that happened to his daughter, I would have thought he would have put his foot down and said, look, that's not right, that's got to be changed. I found most of it could have been just called the Nikki Sixx story. There was a lot more about Nikki Sixx's past than the other guys. The music was great in it. Obviously they played it chose a few great songs on there, the main ones, and like Toast, was it was it Toast of the Town? Forgot now. But they had some really cool tunes on there, so when that soundtrack comes out, I'm sure that's gonna sell quite well, because there'll be, I think there's 4 new songs for the soundtrack, or was it 2? I think they've put 2 that were going to be on there. I think that's available, you can see on YouTube. I'm not sure, I haven't checked them out yet. Because my interest in Mötley Crüe died quite a while back. I haven't really listened to Mötley Crüe in a lot of depth since about, I suppose, for about 10 years or so. I haven't really listened to Saints of Los Angeles. I didn't like New Tattoo. I only started listening to obviously I was into Mötley Crüe in the late 80s. That's when I first got into them. And I started, when that song If I Die Tomorrow came out, I started listening to Mötley Crüe again quite a lot. And yeah, but my interest went downhill a bit. But the film has sort of reignited that interest in Mötley Crüe again. mainly for the old stuff. I actually feel like I want to put on the first and second album. I've got no desire to listen to Theatre of Pain. Never liked that album. Girls, Girls, Girls album I wasn't really a huge fan of. I found there was a lot of songs on there that were filler. Dr. Feelgood's a great album. A few crap songs on there that I can't stand, but the majority of it's better than Girls, Girls, Girls. But yeah, the first two albums, absolutely awesome. Love them too, all the time. And it was good that they showed a lot more of the older stuff in the film. Whereas they only went up to the time when Vince Neil rejoined the band after, or just before they released that really Generation Swine album. Yeah, so the film only went to there. There's nothing else after that. There's nothing with Randy Castillo. There was hardly anything with John Corabi. There was just, I think the guy that played John Corabi, there was about he just giggled or something, or laughed or whatever, and that was it, which is a bit of a shame. And then there really wasn't much in-depth stuff, but obviously it's not really a long film. It's like an hour and 30, it was an hour and 37 minutes long. It could have done with 2 hours for sure, and they should have, I think they should have done it for a couple of hours, a bit like the Queen one, and showed a bit more in-depth stuff. There was nothing about obviously Pamela Anderson and Tommy Lee, and there was nothing about him and his kids. There wasn't really much about that. Well, no, nothing about that. But yeah, other than that, it was good entertainment, but I would advise not to show your kids it, because there's a lot of sex scenes, hell of a lot, and obviously I've read the Dirt book, and I've read Nikki Sixx's Heroin Diaries book, and at the time when I read the Motley Crue book, I thought, yeah, that's what an amazing story. But now when I read Nikki Sixx's book, I was like, oh my god, how much of this and the Dirt was made up just to sell that book? And so I don't know. I want to know your thoughts on the film when you see it, and what you thought of that between the book. And I'm not the best at explaining everything, but if I had to give the film out of 5 stars, I would probably give it, I don't know, a 4. Yeah, about 4 stars out of 5. It just needed a bit more. It sort of tended to be just about, tits and ass, sex scenes. It was just, and yeah, that was their lifestyle, but it was just mainly about that, and there could have been a bit more about their, what they got up to, other than just that. But yeah, I would give it a 4 out of 5, and just let me know what you think when you've watched it. Sorry, I've probably ruined it for some people. I left some comments on Facebook about something on the timeline that wasn't right. But no. But that's just my thoughts. I thought it was good entertainment, but I wouldn't take your kids to watch it, or let your kids watch it at home. Sorry, because it's on Netflix. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't let your kids. unless your kids are like 18 upwards. What else was in it? But other than that, I would mainly call it the Nikki Sixx story. So, but they have got the bit about when Razzle gets killed. And they show a scene in there when he gets killed. So, that's quite. Yeah, not so good for the fans of Razzle. So, but other than that, that's my take on it. I'm not the best at reviewing stuff, but I say it's pretty good. I've seen some really crap films made about bands where, but the actors were actually pretty good. I'd say the guys that they had, all of them, they're all really great actors for portraying the band members. And you sort of went through the film and you like look at them and you go, oh my God, yeah, you could just see Vince Neil and that guy, or Tommy Lee and Nikki Sixx and Mick Mars, and it was really good. I would have liked to have seen the story about when Ozzy took a shit and Tommy Lee just disappeared out the hotel room because he couldn't take that sort of, that grossness of what Ozzy did. But yeah, especially when Ozzy smeared the shit all over the hotel room. But other than that, yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait for the Queen one to, be able to watch the Queen one again. I've seen it already at the cinema, but yeah, that's one I want to watch again. I don't know if I'll watch the Motley Crue one again. Maybe in a few years' time. So, right, see you later. Cheers.